Keep up to date everywhere. News Talk 820 WBAP.
In the WBAP newsroom.
In just a few minutes, in about 11 minutes from now, some durable goods data is going to be released. And also, we're going to start, we'll get the jobless numbers. And we'll get,
all that.
The final revision to the third quarter GDP numbers. What will that do for the Dow? The Dow's been flirting with 20,000 over the last couple of days. Is that a thing?
Is it a thing? Well, I mean, and if the Dow's at 20,000, and all of a sudden we have a day where it drops down to 17,000. Is everybody going, oh my God, we're over,
There's always risk, but to help us kind of figure it out, let's talk to Leonard Raskin, financial expert at Raskin Global. Leonard, welcome.
Good morning.
Tell us, first of all, what are we looking for in these reports? Durable goods, the jobless claims, and the final revision to the third quarter GDP. Are we expecting any or all of those to help the Dow today?
Well, I'm not an economist. I'm an advisor. But regards to those, everything that says the economy is rolling along in good fashion will certainly help the market. And we could very easily see a 20,000 on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We could also see a 19,900 on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's just impossible to know until those tickers start and the market starts to move.
Is this a good time to get into the market? Is this a good time to invest?
Well, I think any time is a good time to invest. My position is that if you have money and you have a long-term time horizon, 5 years or more, you're looking to invest for your kids' college or your retirement, your long-term future, then whether it's the current quarter's GDP, the jobs report, the Dow hitting a nice round number is all irrelevant to your strategy and should be. You should have a plan for 20 years, not for 20 minutes or 2 months or 20 months. It should be for the long term, and every time you have capital is a good time to invest.
So 20,000 may be just fantasy, because if it gets to 20,000, the next week we're going to say, what if it can get to 21,000? And the snowball just keeps getting bigger. So is 20,000? Is it really a big deal?
I think it's no big deal at all. Psychologically, some people think it really means something. To me, it's a digit after 19,999.
Wow.
It's two-thirds to 30, halfway to 40.
Well, there you go. And what happens on the day that it turns around a bit? I'm talking about a crash, but I'm talking about a day when it goes from 20,000, and I think there's limits set on how far it can go down. But what if it goes from 20 to 17 in one day? I mean, a 17,000 Dow is still great, isn't it?
It's still fantastic unless you got in at 20,000. So if you've been sitting on the sidelines, sometimes one of the things we saw after the 2008-9 crash, which is kind of stunning, there are reports that, and I don't like to use this term, but it was what the white papers were written about, so bear with me here, but there were terms that financial advisors had post-traumatic stress and that they would not have their clients invest back in the market for fear of another fall. And there are people that have been on the sidelines since the Dow was back at 7,000. If you're getting in at 20,000, a Dow 17,000 is a bad day. If you've been in for the last few years, it's just another day.
Right. Short story is it's a long-term game, isn't it?
It is. It always has been.
It's a long-term investment.
Yeah.
That's what you need to have in your philosophy. And if you're not looking at it from a long-range, well-diversified, balanced portfolio, then you're a trader or you're not an investor at all. And if you're a trader, then these things make a lot of difference to your daily moves. But for the investor, they should mean nothing.
All right. Leonard Raskin, Raskin Global, thanks for getting up, being on with us. Have a great holiday.